Boys, I don't want to say this, but it looks like it might be the end for Tai Tuivasa. I mean, holy shit, bro. This guy, Tai Tuivasa, as of now, is on a 4-fight losing streak. I don't even need an introduction for this video. I'm just going to give a recap on what I thought of the fights. I'm going to show you guys my bets at the end of the fight, how much profit I made. I really be doing this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't give out my predictions last week, so I do want to apologize to everybody that was waiting for my predictions. I got to do a recap video. So for me, we're gonna go straight into the main event: Marcin Tybura versus Tai Tuivasa. I had Marcin Tybura in this fight. I had him to win this fight by submission. I know I didn't get my picks out there. Just I'm super lazy right now. I've been working heaps. My point is, man, you know what I mean? I thought Tai Tuivasa had probably one good round in him, and then we all know that Tai Tuivasa, he really just cannot fight on the ground. This guy's just a brawler, and that's really about it. And that's my boy Tai Tuivasa, man. Everybody loves Tai Tuivasa, but it's really sad to see the downfall of Tai Tuivasa, man. I have a plan for what Tai Tuivasa can do to regain his career back and earn money. But for me, yeah, Marcin Tybura looked great here, man. I feel like a lot of people were disrespecting Tybura coming to this matchup, saying he's washed, blah blah blah. Not really washed, but just saying Tai Tuivasa is gonna KO Tybura, and I'm like, bro, Tybura, might be one of the best heavyweights of all time. And although I'm joking, I think Tybura is actually quite underrated. I consider him to be the gatekeeper of the heavyweight division. Regardless, though, yeah, we should have all seen this coming. Tai Tuivasa doesn't have any ground game. Marcin Tybura snatches up his neck in the first round. I will say Tai Tuivasa did a great job, a great fucking job escaping the rear naked choke for a while, but eventually it was just too much, and he just tapped, and it was probably one of the saddest days of my life, to be honest with you. But let me know what you guys think about Tai Tuivasa. My plan for him would be to honestly just sign up for bare knuckle, straight up, have one more fight in the UFC, and if you lose, you're completely gone. You'll be on a 5-fight losing streak. The reality is, Tai Tuivasa can sign a deal with bare knuckle FC, and he'd be like the heavyweight champ, bro. I think Tai Tuivasa would have a lot of success in bare knuckle. I don't know if that's just me, but I like to, know what you guys think about that opinion. But we move on, and I'm just really sad for Tai Tuivasa. Good job by Marcin Tybura. Just a shit way to end the main event. But I really want to talk about the co-main event, guys. This was kind of, just wicked how everything ended up. My boy Bryan Battle fought Ange Loosa in the welterweight division, and I'm going to say this right now, man. This fight ends in a no contest. Basically, Bryan Battle, I don't know if I have the photo, but Bryan Battle accidentally eye-poked Ange Loosa. But honestly, to me, when I saw the replay, I thought that it was really just a bad head clash. I didn't even know that Battle eye poked him, but regardless though, all I'm gonna say is Ange Loosa quit, man. Ange Loosa quit, and that's just the reality of it, man. He took the easy way out. Bryan Battle, for what I do want to say for the most part, was absolutely styling on Ange Loosa, had him hurt, just throwing a bunch of kicks at him, and nasty teep, nice head kicks, really just keeping the distance. He looked great in this fight, Bryan Battle, and I had some props on Bryan Battle, man. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say it, but I had a lot of money on Battle. Still, regardless, we ended up profiting pretty good from this card, which I'll show you later on in the video. But for me, Ange Loosa, dude, is a straight up quitter. It's not easy for me, some random dude on YouTube to say, oh my god, this guy quit, blah blah blah, but that was a great fight while it lasted. You know what I mean? Ange Loosa is actually a very good fighter. It just seems like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this guy. He literally went 3 rounds with Jack Della Maddalena, went to war with him, and then quits off like an accidental eye poke by Bryan Battle. Maybe this is a bad eye poke, maybe it's not, but what I do want to talk about is after the fight, Bryan Battle, absolute giga chad this guy is, he's really pissed off. You can see by the emotions here, he's fucking on his knees crying, bro. He's just upset, bro. He just got robbed of his fucking win bonus, and he just basically goes up to Ange Loosa and says, "You're a fucking pussy, bro." You know what I'm saying? He started really going off at Ange Loosa. It was crazy. It was some WWE type shit. But I think this is a smart move from Bryan Battle going off at Ange Loosa. I think, to be honest with you, the craziest part about it is that Ange Loosa tried to fight Bryan Battle back, and it was just the most ridiculous thing I've seen, to be honest. It was some WWE type shit. But Bryan Battle made a good point in his post-fight interview. This guy's talking about, oh my god, bro, I was beating him up. And then, Bryan Battle starts talking about how Ange Loosa literally didn't want to fight, 2 minutes ago when the head clash happened. He had the choice to, fight back. He had the choice to keep the fight going, I'm saying? Ange Loosa was given the choice to quit or to keep fighting, and he quit. And Bryan Battle brought that up in his post-fight interview. Basically said, nah, bro, this guy fucking quit. Why would he want to fight me when I pulled up on him after the fight, but he doesn't want to fight me during the fight? You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't make sense how Loosa tried to fight Battle 5 minutes after the matchup, and then, when the fight's still taking place, Ange Loosa just doesn't want to have anything to do do with it. So I think Angelos is a bit of a coward. I think he should be cut from the UFC, to be honest with you. That's a really bad look. And for Angelos to make his way back into the UFC, he needs to go on an impressive run because he really cowered away from that fight. I get it. You know, if it was a really bad eye poke or head clash, whatever, we'll find out. But Battle was looking great in that matchup, man. You know, I think at this point, just give Bryan Battle a ranked opponent. You know, he's literally lost one fight in the UFC. He's 5-1, has one no contest. He's basically winning every single fight. He's rapidly improving. He looks fucking dangerous in each and every single fight. You know, a lot of people think I'm a big glazing Bryan Battle, but he really seems like a solid-ass prospect at welterweight. You know what I mean? He's finishing people in the cage, you know? Just greatly improving every single fight, which is what I really like to see. So I hope Bryan Battle keeps his head up, man. You know, just keeps working hard and gets in there pretty soon, man. You know what I mean? Because Battle sacrificed a lot for this win. Angelos just fucking cowered his way out. It is what it is, man. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. But we move on to Ovince St. Preux. Old head 40-year-old Ovince St. Preux getting a split decision victory over Kennedy Nzechukwu. Now, I'm going to say this right now. You know, I'm going to say this right now. Ovince St. Preux was like a 5-1 underdog at one point, I believe. You know, I don't understand why so much money was thrown on Kennedy Nzechukwu. You know, he went from being like a 2-3 favorite, like 2-1 favorite to like a 5-1 favorite all of a sudden. I don't know what that was about. That's absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. I understand that. You know, I understand why so much money was on Kennedy because Ovince St. Preux is old and he was, you know, he was supposed to lose his fight, but apparently I can't even say his name, but apparently Kennedy Nzechukwu is just not that good because he lost to a 40-year-old Ovince St. Preux. You know, honestly, for me, I think you really have to give Kennedy Nzechukwu either the boot or like a hard matchup in his next fight. You know, I really think the UFC are going to be extremely pissed off how Kennedy just lost to Ovince St. Preux, an old Ovince St. Preux. I think Ovince St. Preux in his prime would probably KO Kennedy Nzechukwu. I mean, Ovince St. Preux pulled up to fight tonight. Credit to him. You know, he was walking down Nzechukwu, throwing back, throwing good teeps. You know, he looked like he wanted to win. And at the end of the fight, I was honestly just like, bro, you know, even if Kennedy wins, I think OSP kind of just took this fight in general because he showed heart and he came back to fight, and Nzechukwu just fucking did not live up to his standards at all. Looked horrible. I don't even want to talk about this fight anymore. For me, I'm very happy I stayed away from Kennedy Nzechukwu on my parlays. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way I'm ever touching a bet on Kennedy Nzechukwu. I can never trust putting my money on that dude, but it is what it is, man. Good job to Ovince St. Preux. The next fight that I really want to talk about, guys, was Christian Rodriguez versus Isaac Dalgarian. Man, this was a fucking banger of a fight. I don't care what anybody says. Just a great performance by Christian Rodriguez, you know. And what I will say, I can't even say his name, bro. Isaac Dalgarian. Bro, Dalgarian is an absolute stud, man. This guy is a savage. You know, I don't think he's lost really any stock. Possibly, you know, basically he got robbed, to be honest with you. I mean, I had money on Christian Rodriguez. I'm pretty happy with myself, to be honest. But leaving all the bias and all that shit aside, I thought that Dalgarian probably won the first two rounds. The first round was a 10-9, I'm assuming. I think it might have been a 10-8. I can't remember. But it was a very dominant round by Isaac Dalgarian. Basically, he was able to take C-Rod down. C-Rod just didn't look as big as Dalgarian. Next thing you know, Isaac Dalgarian has Christian Rodriguez flattened out, you know, raining big ground and pound shots. Almost had Christian Rodriguez out of there, you know. Almost had a couple submission attempts too, I believe. So he looks really good in the first round, you know, bringing a super high pace on Christian Rodriguez. But one thing that I've learned about Rodriguez, man, is, you know, not only is this guy really skilled, but he has a lot of heart, man. This guy is not going to give up because he really had to battle the adversity in that first round. And the second round, man, was a lot closer round. I think it went to Christian Rodriguez, but basically, Isaac Dalgarian, you know, he's up one round and he just decides to keep shooting takedowns. And he does get takedowns, but I think halfway through the round, it kind of got to a point where my boy Christian Rodriguez was able to reverse scrambles and, you know, kind of being able to get back up to his feet from certain takedowns. Isaac Dalgarian was getting some of his takedown stuff, and he really seemed to be slowing down. Christian Rodriguez seemed to be picking up the pace, landing great shots on the feet. And at that point, man, I think that Christian Rodriguez probably took the second round because he was kind of defending off Dalgarian the whole round, but he was winning the whole time, landing the cleanest shots, you know, stuffing all the takedowns, you know, winning in the scrambles. I thought that he took the second round, and the third round was a clear 10-8 for Christian Rodriguez, all right? I don't want to spend too much time on this fight, but Rodriguez basically beat the dog shit out of Dalgarian. Dalgarian was completely gassed. I mean, this guy trains at altitude. You know, he's got great cardio, but I think at some point we kind of knew that his pace would die down a little bit because he was holding an insane fucking pace, you know what I'm saying? And you can't do that shit for 3 rounds, especially like at featherweight when you're a wrestler. That's just kind of tough, man. Regardless, though, Christian Rodriguez just starts landing the way better shots on the feet, starts absolutely butchering Isaac Dalgarian on the feet. Dalgarian shooting all these random takedowns, getting none of them. Yeah, I mean, Bulgarian was completely gassed in the third round. Christian Rodriguez, basically, I don't need to say it again. He won the third round very clearly, beat the dog shit out of Isaac Bulgarian. Really good fight. You know, I hope this gets fight of the night. Basically, there was so much wrestling, so much scrambling, a lot of striking. Two very high-level fighters, in my honest opinion. And, man, great fucking fight, dude. I think both these guys have so much potential. Isaac Bulgarian probably got robbed. I don't think Rodriguez won the fight, but to me, I'm not really complaining about Christian Rodriguez winning, you know what I'm saying? I'll explain it at the end of the video, but we move on to the next fight. And the last fight on the main card, guys, we had, Gerald Meerschaert, my boy, GM3 versus Brian Barberena. What a great fucking performance by Gerald Meerschaert. I mean, Barberena's always a game opponent, right? You know, these two were scrapping it out in the first round. Meerschaert was landing some big shots. Barberena was pushing a pace, you know, kind of walking forward, landing some great shots too. But eventually, Gerald Meerschaert in the first round, you know, started making the fight dirty, was able to get his takedowns, was able to kind of grapple Barberena up against the cage. And there was trouble all night long for Brian Barberena in the first round. I believe that Gerald Meerschaert had I think he had a Kimura attempt or something like that. He was just basically just throwing up a bunch of, you know, submission threats on Brian Barberena, pardon me, had a guillotine choke in, had a bunch of shit in. Brian Barberena, you know, escapes and survives the first round, but we move into the second round. I gave the first round to Gerald Meerschaert based off of, you know, just the submission attempts and the control. I don't need to say much, man. You know what I'm saying? Gerald Meerschaert basically takes down Brian Barberena, you know, finds his positioning and submits I can't even fucking speak, bro. Submits Brian Barberena with a rear naked choke. Great performance by Gerald Meerschaert. I mean, Gerald Meerschaert's kind of the king of just beating smucks nowadays, you know what I mean? And it's really sad to see where Brian Barberena's at now. He's just kind of completely washed. Maybe he could be the new Sam Alvey, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we'll see. You never know, we'll see. And, yeah, good shit to Gerald Meerschaert. You know, he made us a lot of cash. And that's just really what it was, bro. For me, the last fight I do want to talk about, guys, was, you know, shout out to my boy Thiago Moises. Honestly, Moises is an OG in the UFC, and I can't just kind of skip past him, you know what I mean, when he had a great performance. He basically fought Mitch Ramirez. Mitch Ramirez is a random guy, you know what I mean? He's not obviously a UFC, like, known fighter making his debut. Took a tough fight against Thiago Moises, and basically, you know, these guys were just trading on the feet. Moises looked good on the feet too, landing good shots, but he was, you know, threatening with submission attempts, got a lot of takedowns, and eventually in round 3, he got a leg kick TKO finish, basically beat up Mitch Ramirez to a third round TKO based off leg kicks, basically kicked the shit out of Mitch Ramirez. Ramirez was basically just dropped dead with his legs. Congratulations to Thiago Moises on a great performance, and yes. Alright guys, if you've made it to this point of the video, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate anybody that watches these videos. I'm going to be a lot more active with my prediction videos because I'm going to show you guys my bets right now. As you can see on the screen, I've got a couple parlays up here. I had Mike Davis's money line. I had the Culibao Silva fight to go the distance, which it did. I had Gerald Meerschaert to win by submission in rounds 2 and 3 against Brian Barberena, which did happen. We cashed some nice money there. And I had Brian Battle to win by submission in rounds 2 and 3. And this guy, Angelusa, you know, he basically fucking gave up. So it's not anybody's fault. We still profited off this card. I'm extremely happy. And the next parlay that I had, guys, was Brian Battle by submission or points. Like I said, you know, a no contest fight. Brian Battle would have won that fight regardless, so we definitely would have profited off that, but it is what it is. Then I had Gerald Meerschaert by submission or points for the double champ, and then again I had to use the parlay piece for will the fight go the distance against Culibao and Danny Silva, and the fight did go the distance, so we cashed there. And the next one, the last leg on my parlay, guys, that I was absolutely stressing was Christian Rodriguez by points or Isaac Bulgarian by KO TKO specials. And yeah, man, I had Christian Rodriguez winning this fight by points. I predicted him. I thought he was going to win this fight by decision. I think, you know, as long as we make it past that first round and a half, I think C-Rod's going to pick up the pace. And, you know, that shit might have been a robbery. A lot of people thought Bulgarian won. I thought Bulgarian won as well, but it's not like a robbery I'm going to be complaining about, to be honest with you. So I was sweating pretty badly for that Christian Rodriguez Isaac Bulgarian fight, you know what I mean? I thought that Bulgarian might just finish him, but I had the double chance on it, so it didn't really matter who won. But those were my bets. Those were my predictions. Those were everything that I had for UFC Vegas 88, guys. I'm just going to show you guys my predictions real quick on the screen, but make sure you guys just suss them out while I'm, you know, talking to you guys before I end the video. But thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate anyone that tunes in, man. You know, I didn't give out my predictions this week, so I'm going to show you what my predictions were in general.
And yeah, man, we're gonna keep growing this channel, bro. You know, I might think about doing these recap videos again, but like I said, man, you know, I really appreciate all the support. Thank you so much to everybody for watching this video. Let me know what you thought about UFC Vegas 88 in general. And man, you know, it was a weird card. I'm very happy that we profited. You know, we profited off this card, thank goodness. Not many people could profit off this card. Luckily, we were able to. So that's 2 weeks in a row, guys. Last week, I had a Dustin Poirier, Michael Venom Page parlay that cashed out some nice money, and I had a different parlay that I'm not really gonna get too into. It was just an overs unders type of parlay, but I made some good money last week. I made some good money this week. Subscribe to the channel if you want my bets. You know, if you want my free picks. I do this every single week. I drop my predictions. I was really busy last week, you know what I'm saying, with work, so I didn't really have enough time to drop the picks, but I got you guys this week, and thank you so much for watching. Take care, guys. Make sure you smash the like button and subscribe and comment down below for the algorithm.